Hey, Nails, Mahoney here from OnAir Coach, and we're off again to the other side of the Atlantic. Yeah, it's that way, isn't it? All depends which way you're looking. And we're chatting with Jesse Reynolds, Ottawa's favorite son. Hello, Jesse.
Hello, Nails. Thanks for having me. What time is it there?
Who the hell knows anything anymore? I don't know. It's whatever time it is.
Does it even matter anymore? That's what everyone's like. We're living in Vegas. It's airport time. Drink when you want, sleep when you want.
Well, actually, that doesn't sound so bad. I could live like that for a while, I suppose. Last time we spoke to you, we seem to speak to you under unfortunate circumstances. Last time it was when your radio career was put to rest for a short while, and then this time it's during this whole bloody pandemic nonsense. And maybe we should call you next time when something good actually happens.
I don't know. Tragedy's more interesting, really, isn't it?
I suppose you could be our tragic correspondent, our tragedy correspondent from now on. We could do that.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's tough to find a way to laugh through this, but I find this has never more been a laugh or cry situation, right? So I'd rather laugh.
I was going to ask you about that anyway. I mean, because we deal with radio people a lot and whatnot, but your main drag now is comedy and stage. So I mean, that's. See you later for a while.
Yeah, that's right.
What's that like?
Oh, that's the hardest part, to tell you the truth, is that things were really moving in the right direction for me as far as stand-up was going. And I had some really big shows lined up. And like you just said, they all just got axed because non-essential live entertainment is not what we need right now. So yeah, it's kind of ironic though, as the last time we talked, I had left radio, which everyone said was a dying industry. And then I went into live entertainment, which now just doesn't even exist.
Isn't that really weird, though, the way we use those terms now? You were saying my career was really taking off. It's just like I know it's just the way we have to think the before and during, and then what's the after. We're all hoping. I mean, you can only assume that everything is going to go back to normal, right? You can only assume that because you have to for sanity's sake.
At some point, I think it may take a little longer than we all hope. But the frustrating thing with something like stand-up comedy is very much a live art form. It's not really something you can transfer to Facebook Live or streaming. You see a lot of musicians and singers hosting concerts digitally, but stand-up doesn't work that way. You need the audience.
Especially if you have a little candle after button every now and then,
Yeah. Maybe then it would work, but I've had a lot of people say to me, "Oh, why don't you get on stand-up or on Facebook Live and do a stand-up show?" And first of all, then all my jokes would be on the internet.
That's right.
And it's not as fun without the audience. So I don't know, a lot of comedians are trying to go online. We were chatting about this. Everybody's a broadcast expert now. Everybody's a talk show host now.
Well, I was laughing as well because this platform we're talking on, Zoom, right now. I mean, we discovered this a few years ago, totally by fluke. Most good things happen by accident. Yeah. And now everybody's a Zoom expert. We're no experts on this thing. I just know how to log in, press record, and away you go.
That's right.
There's tutorials now on how to get the best out of Zoom. It's like, okay, all right, calm down, everybody, calm down. We didn't.
I wonder if Zoom is responsible for this goddamn coronavirus, because the stocks in that must be through the roof.
Okay, what you do is after we hang up this call, you write that down because you're starting your next routine right now. That's when everything comes back. You're starting it right now. Are you finding you're doing anything like that, or are you able to be creative, or is your brain shutting down on you?
I'm still sort of in the slump, and here in Ottawa in Canada, we've only been on self-isolation we're going into our second week now. So we're sort of new, we're not like, Italy or even New York City is so much worse. So we're sort of at the beginning of our pandemic, which is frightening because we see what's coming next, and it's not good. So I've sort of been in this mental slump, for about a week and a half. And now I'm starting to feel better and starting to come up with, what can I do? We've got to do something. I just don't know what that is yet.
You can leave the apartment and you can go outside and whatnot still. Okay, so at least there's that,
We can go outside. We can still go to the grocery store, but it's moving in the direction of guys, the grocery store isn't to just come hang out just because it's open. It's for essentials.
Yeah, we watched Contagion last night because everybody's watching Contagion. Ooh, let's have a look at what this is. It's too on point, isn't it? It's too. Hang on a second. That's what's almost happened. And I was reading an interview with one of the guys who was a consultant on it, and he said it was just. They just put the facts together, is what he said, and this is what we came up with. But they were
Yeah.
very on point.
They were. And I've
Yeah.
even seen some interviews on the news and stuff with experts saying that the closest that Hollywood has ever gotten it was Contagion.
Yeah.
And if you look around, it's happening.
Too bloody close for my liking.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else other people can do. I mean, you can see, this is where we live, right? There's the dog sitting over in the chair there. Hopefully,
So cute.
Look at them, bloody spoiled rotten. They got an office chair to sit. They're like, oh, there's 2 office chairs, right? And they chose this one. We didn't say to them, hey, want an office chair, guys? We had a little basket for them. We'll take this office chair, thank you. So wherever we go, that has to come with us now. And
the pets are loving this, right? That we've never been home more for them.
Correct. Yeah, they're having the greatest time. I'm just wondering, like, how long is it going to take for the human brain to start chugging a little bit, and the gears shutting down, and we need a bit more oil in there? What to do? I mean, as a creative person, it helps, I think, because our brains are usually on 5 different thoughts at a time anyway.
Yeah, I do feel this pressure, though, like we were saying, with everybody is a comedian now, all of a sudden everybody's a talk show host. So you do feel a bit of this, oh gosh, I've got to stay relevant and I've got to compete with the outpouring of creative content right now. Yeah. But a lot of it's crap too. So
listen, the majority of it's crap. It would be like me trying to write a scientific thesis. I could put the words together, but it's going to be a load of shit, right? It's not going to mean anything. Yeah, absolutely.
That's totally. It. I am grateful though, and like you maintain an online presence with these interviews and stuff, and we've got our podcast. It's called Jesse and Jenna's Messy Podcast.
It's called what? It's called
Jesse and Jenna's Messy Podcast. Thank you, Nails. Messypodcast.com.
Okay, yeah.
So right now, with people online, it's a great place to have a platform there. And also people are hungry for conversations about what we're all going through. And I'm sure that's part of the reason why you're doing this right now.
Of course,
So it's great to be able to feed those creative outlets that we've already started, because now I think people want to hear conversations about it.
How's the podcast doing? You are doing well, not where. There's no where in this, because you can still record anytime. Yeah, how is it doing?
It's doing very well. In end of January, we're very proud of, we won an award from Faces Magazine. It's a popular Canadian magazine. Yeah. We won Ottawa's best podcast. Not best, Ottawa's favorite podcast, because the public votes.
That's probably better.
It's probably, I like it better. That you can't say best, because how do you quantify what's best when it's art?
Correct.
Give me a break. Anyway. We'll take what we can get. So we were very proud of that. But yeah, like my stand-up, everything was moving in the right direction. And this has just dropped a bomb on all of our lives. And, poor me. I'm still healthy. My family's still healthy, knock on wood. But it's really an upset to all of our lives.
Yeah, I know. As someone said, we're not been asked to go to war, but it is all relative. But, it really is. Your situation is your situation. Where do you record the podcast now? Can you go to the studio still, or are you at home doing it?
No, we're doing it either on Skype or Zoom.
Yeah. Zoom,
we have a
what's this Zoom you speak of?
I know, right? I don't know when this interview's coming out, Nails, but we just recorded an awesome interview with Kirstie Alley on the podcast.
Look at you.
I know, yeah. She's our second biggest star. The only other big celebrity we've managed to convince is Sally Jesse Raphael. Do you know who that is?
I do know Sally Jesse.
Good.
Yeah, of course. The talk show.
Yeah, but you wouldn't believe how many young people, like 30 and under, we say, hey, we've had an interview with Sally Jesse Raphael, and they go, who's that? And I just think, oh my God.
Well, when I used to watch Sally Jesse in the 90s, I suppose, she looked about 80. What age is she now? Bless her heart.
She's in her 90s, yeah.
Wow.
But she's still hilarious. She still drinks. She still swears. She talks about sex. That's a really fun interview if you're looking for something else to listen to.
That's excellent. No, well done. That's really cool. So, and you know what happens, I've found as well, not personally, but from other people telling me this, when you start to get these types of people rolling in, then it becomes a little easier, right? Because you have now a little bit of a track record. We've had Kirstie Alley and we've had Sally Jesse, and
that's right.
It's not like they're going to be the first one, because nobody wants to be the guinea pig, right? The first one, especially if something sucks and they're on it. They go, oh shit. Now at least they can have a look at or have a listen to what you've done. So
you're absolutely right. They're so fickle, celebrities, right? They don't want to do it unless someone else they know has done it, especially when it's a local show.
They just don't want to do it. So, but everything is okay. Everything is all right. You're doing all right, because that's the main thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's one day at a time. I mean, I could ask you the same question, and I think we're all sort of just taking it day by day. The news changes so fast. I don't know about over there, but here in Canada, the Prime Minister's coming on TV every
Yeah.
morning at 11, and it's a whole new set of information.
I've stopped looking, to be honest. I've stopped watching now because
Smart.
it's overload, isn't it? It's like new piece, new piece, new piece, new piece. What was that one? No, forget that one. It's now this. Okay, I have to wear blue
Yeah.
trousers now. Blue trousers will kill the virus. Okay, not red ones. It's like, geez, okay.
What's happening in Malta right now? Can you still go out and everything?
Yeah, I mean, we're on the little sister island beside Malta, Gozo it's called, as in Gonzo the Great without the N. And it's teeny tiny. It's a little bubble anyway, right? So nothing really happens here. So it's really hard to tell if we're on lockdown or not because there's never anything anyway. There's a car every 10, 20 minutes. So it's really hard to tell. But Malta itself is on lockdown pretty much. Yeah. And Italy, of course, just up the road, has been shut down for a little longer, just ever so slightly longer.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
Just to see those videos, like that's all anybody's talking about over here is what's going on in Italy. But I think the scary thing for me is I just don't see, like I was saying, it's almost been 2 weeks here in Ottawa and people are already going nuts. So I just don't see how we're going to do this until June or July.
I know, man. Tell me about it. The good thing is when people are allowed out, they'll want to laugh. They want to go out and be entertained. That's what I'm saying to you. You got to get the whole routine. You got to have it ready, and you can't say, "Well, I don't have time."
That's right.
There's no excuse anymore.
You need a whole new set. You're right. You're right now.
You really do. Yeah, I know. Exactly.
But you made a good point. You're right. When this is over, no one's going to make an excuse not to go anywhere anymore. We're going to go to every invitation we're invited to.
Even those ones you would have said no to. Do you want to go for coffee? Yeah. Yes, I damn well do.
Yeah.
Jesse, we'll leave it there. It's been an absolute joy as always.
Thank you.
Look after yourself and say hi to Jenna for us. And
I will.
And everybody that works in your podcast. I know John does the production and everything.
He does, yeah.
I don't know John, but obviously everybody knows John Milkey. So say hello to him from us.
Oh, he'll love that you said that. And I love that about our sort of industry is we could be across the world from each other and us and radio stick together. And right now we have to.
That's it, exactly. Yeah, no, we're all in it together. We're a small troop, damn good looking troop, but a small troop nonetheless.
Face for radio? I don't think so.
Jesse Reynolds in Ottawa. It's been a joy. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.